Now let's take a listen to how Jinx approaches their abandoned cart automation. If we tie this back to then the abandoned cart automation, is there anything that you're doing with those folks, right? Are you segmenting them? Are you tagging them based on the fact that they've entered that automation? Does anything happen if they convert versus if they don't? Or does anything happen to them like after the abandoned cart automation?
So our abandoned cart is not that robust. It's like, did you buy? Did you not buy?
Okay.
So it's a little simple right now.
Okay. And you had mentioned kind of like the A/B testing and tweaking the copy of the email or when it gets sent. So how often do you revisit the automation? How often do you test or kind of try to improve it?
Constantly.
Okay.
Constantly. So I know a lot of people, and I was kind of this way, is like, oh, I don't want to test. That just seems daunting.
Right.
And it's not, I don't really see it as a test. I see it as a tweak.
Okay.
Because I'm constantly tweaking it. So Shopify, for all the people out there that have Shopify has an abandoned shopping cart automation built in.
Right.
But it's just one email.
Right.
And that's it. We do 2 emails.
Okay.
My last company did 3, and we're thinking about expanding this to 3. And that's going to be one of our next tweaks.
Okay.
Tweaks, using figure quotes. So we've tested how quickly to send out the first email after they've abandoned the cart. And so our first email is just, hey, you've left something in your cart.
Right.
And that's all it says.
And how quickly does that go out?
So right now that goes out 5 hours.
Okay.
And so we've tested that from 5 hours to 8 hours.
Okay.
No, we've tested that from 3 hours to 5 hours to 8 hours. And so 5 hours was kind of the sweet spot for us. I'm not saying that everybody out there has to do 5 hours. No, that's just for us. That's where it fits.
Okay.
And then we do a second email, and that's where we offer a discount. And it's like, hey, we're still holding your stuff in your cart. And I think it stays in your cart for a while in our system. Come back and purchase it, and we'll offer you a discount. And it's got a promo code in there. And it says, purchase now or purchase within 48 hours. And, there's a little sense of urgency there.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll give you right now it's a 30% discount, which is very lucrative.
Yeah. Wow.
And we've tested, actually that 30% discount is one of our tests that we've done. It was a 20% discount. And I wanted to know, well, what if we did a 25% or 30% discount? Is there a huge increase if we did 30% or 25%? Obviously, people want 30%.
Sure.
But I wanted to know, would there be a big enough increase to do 30%, or are they just going to be happy with 20%? And we saw a big jump between 20 to 25%, but not that big of a difference between 25 and 30%. So, but I still left it at 30%. So
interesting. I mean, I love how granular you're getting with these tests. I mean, this is the good stuff, right? I mean, okay. So time duration, size of discount, how often or what's the sending cadence of that second email? How quickly does it go out after the first?
So we tested it. I think it was originally set at 2 days, and we tested it at 1 day, 2 days, and 3 days.
Okay.
And I think it's set at 1 day right now.
Okay.
And so it goes out the next day.
Do you do any experimentation or tweaking, with the subject line or the actual content, like body copy of the email, the writing, anything like that?
We tweaked. I think we got recommended by our Megan, our account rep, on trying emojis.
Oh, okay.
So we tried little emojis in there. Didn't get that big of a response out of it. Nothing measurable.
Okay.
I thought it was cute, but nothing really measurable. So we tried that in the subject lines. We're going to switch out. Our next test is going to be the copy, because it's very our email design mimics the Shopify what do we call them? Transactional emails.
Okay.
So when you get an email from Shopify, it says your order's been placed, your order's been shipped, and so it matches that.
Right.
And then our other email marketing is very fancy and artsy and whatnot. And so we're going to make this a little bit fancier. Is our next one, a little bit cuter, and that's going to be our next one. Is getting a little fun and silly and crazy.
Yeah, get that brand voice in there
with the copy. So I mean, it's cute, but we're still gonna. I mean, we're getting good results out of it right now, but we want to see, can we get better results?
Right.
If it would be a little bit more silly.
So with all these tweaks, these tests that you're running, how long do you let the test run before you determine if you're going to, implement the change or keep it the way that it was?
Until I get good enough. Well, it kind of depends.
Okay.
Sometimes I see a difference right away, but I don't have enough. I want to see enough people in the numbers. Right. Like I may run it for 2 weeks, but there's not enough people in the queue yet. Like I may run it for 2 weeks and I'll see, oh, this one's only got 10% and this one's got 80%. But there's there's not enough people in that queue. And so I'll run it for another couple of weeks to see how it runs. Or I may run it for 2 weeks and there's like 5 bazillion people in that queue and there's no results. So, it just kind of depends. I want to hit like that sweet spot of there's enough people in that queue. And I also see a good result out of it. And if there's a lot of people in there and I see no result, then okay, no change. I just pick A or B, whichever one I think is good.
Sure.
That's just my decision.
So it's like you know it when you see it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Jinx uses 2 emails, but the same approach, right? First email, a gentle reminder, and the second email is where the discount and the incentive come in. Now, you heard Jonathan also talk about the tweaks and consistent reevaluation that goes into the abandoned cart automations. Now, again, we abandoned a cart on the Jinx website, again, for science, just to see what happened. And let's take a look at them. Here's email 1. Straightforward, consistent branding, gentle reminder, product images. I mean, it's got everything that you would want to know. And here's email 2. Now, I love the header here. We're still holding your order. It's very helpful. And then comes the incentive, right? Tied in with urgency. 48 hours to use the code. Again, it includes the picture of the product, the cart itself, and a big CTA to bring you back to the checkout page. And notice how in all of these examples, the copy is short. It's concise and it's to the point. There aren't any unnecessary words. There's no big sales pitch. There's no attempt at convincing. Remember what that Melbourne Golf abandoned cart email said. You're 90% of the way there. Your potential customers have already put the thing in their cart. It's clear that there is intent. There's a desire to purchase. You don't have to do anything else but remind them of the thing that they like and their desire to have it. Hi, thank you for watching. If you are enjoying Growth Decoded, you can find a link in the description to sign up and join the Grow team. You'll get exclusive content and opportunities that have to do with the show. You can also hit the subscribe button for ActiveCampaign's YouTube channel somewhere down here, and you will never miss an update from us.